Parks. I thought I would do sort of a surprise live stream for a few minutes as I wait for my boarding pass to come up for Rise of the Resistance. And I kind of want to share with you what it's like at Hollywood Studios now. Take a look over my shoulder before I join traffic. I am using a ECV today, and I'm glad I did because it is super hot. But one of the things I want to share with you is how I managed to get a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance. I didn't this morning. I got here at 9 o'clock. I was sitting in an area where I had Wi-Fi, and I followed instructions that I'd gotten from other people about how to do this, you know, how to like get your passes, and none of it worked. So they open the boarding passes at 10 a.m. and then again at 2 p.m. So at 2 p.m. I went someplace where I knew I could get some help, and I'll show you where that's located now. I'm going to turn the camera around. Hey, Karen. Hi, buddy. Hi, Christina. You guys, thank you. Those are our moderators. Say hello to our moderators. I didn't tell them I was going to do this, so. But they're here because they're amazing. All right, let me show you this. Turning the camera around here. Let's see if that works. Okay, see this umbrella here? They've kind of packed it in for the day in this location, but these are the guest services umbrellas, and there's usually a little counter here, and they'll have a couple of people with iPads, and this is where you can go to get help with anything you need. So that's the shade of blue there. It's got white lettering on it. So what I did is I basically came over here. I don't know if you can see this, but let's take a look here. So there's the umbrella behind me, and they had a line. Let's see if I can switch the camera for you. So there's lines. There's a line built in here where you can socially distance and stand in line. Oh my God, Cassie in Wonderland, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it was you that told me, or someone told me about these dark green airs, and I immediately went and bought them. Someone sent me the money through the what do you call it, super chat. And because they did that and they said get myself a pair of ears, I most certainly did. I did treat myself. You know, I'm always thinking, you know, about the channel, and I always want to use the money for the channel. But, you know, when someone gives you something to treat yourself, you have to do that. So I did, and I love these ears. But yeah, this is where I came for my pass. Hey, Deborah, you're watching from Michigan. Awesome. Oh, you're coming here in August, Russell. That's fantastic. You guys will want to hear some of the things I have to say then. If you're coming to Hollywood Studios during this time period, you'll want to know what it's like. So yeah, I made myself stand here in this line, explained what I was worried about. One of the cast members gave me some tips about how to log in to the app to secure my boarding pass. And he stood by me and made sure that I managed to get one. And if I didn't, if there was something wrong with my phone or I had any difficulty, he was there to assist me with that. And they were wonderful. They let me park over here in the shade, and they helped me out with what I needed. I'm actually pulling over to the side a little more tightly so I'm not in people's way. But yeah, I'm like in boarding party 93, and right now they're in like about 60, so they seem to be going pretty fast. I'm thinking in the next 30 or 40 minutes I'll be boarding. But let me talk to you a little bit about, I'm going to turn around here, start heading towards Galaxy's Edge. Let me talk to you a little bit about what it was like getting in here. So there was a backup of traffic shortly before 9 o'clock at the little kiosks where you pay for your parking. But it was only for a few minutes, and once they opened up and got started, it moved very quickly. And security was really interesting. They do have the scanners now here. First of all, you walk through a tent where they check your temperature, and there are 3 tents, and there are 3 people checking temperatures in each tent. So 9 people checking temperatures. You get through that super fast. And then you move on to security. And the only thing they asked me to take out of my bag, or that they asked everyone to take out of their bag, is their umbrella. Otherwise, you leave everything in your bag. You hold your umbrella in front of you like this. And then they will, you'll be scanned. Your bag will be scanned, you will be scanned. Sort of an x-ray thing. You can't see the x-ray. No one can. They have it on a small monitor that only the cast members can see. So it protects your privacy. I think that's great. But yeah, if you want to get here at 10 o'clock in the morning to get your pass, you don't have to get here super early to do it. Just get here, you know, like 9:30, 9:45, and then go find one of those umbrellas, the blue umbrellas for guest services, and those folks can help you if you have an issue with getting your boarding passes. Now, they did tell me to get off of the Disney Wi-Fi, just use my phone's Wi-Fi, and I found that worked really well. So that might be something they tell you to do. It just depends. But follow their instructions. They're pros. They know what they're doing. What else do I want to tell you? So yeah, I rented an ECV today just to kind of see what it was like. And I did learn that you can take your ECV all the way through the Smuggler's Run entire building. Let me show you where I'm at here. And during the first 2 hours I was in the park, I managed to do 4 rides. I did all of the rides in Toy Story Land, and I also did Smuggler's Run. And they only put 1 party per vehicle for Smuggler's Run. So that meant I was in the vehicle all by myself. And they recommended to me, since I was riding alone, that I should sit in the right pilot seat so that I could operate the hyperspace drive. And it was great. I had an amazing time. I will tell you that if you are a tall person or a big and tall person, you are going to find that the front seats, the pilot seats, are amazing. Now, this is the entrance to Rise of the Resistance, and you don't see a lot of people in line for it, but you do see some people over here waiting for their boarding party to be called. There's the majestic mountains of Batu. I'm probably going to get something to drink and sit in the shade somewhere and let you know, talk to you a little bit more about my dining experience here. So hang on, let me show you. There's the Rise of the Resistance entrance. You see there's no lines for it because of the boarding passes. They just trickle people in and keep it safer that way. But you know, there's no characters roaming around like there used to be. But they do have characters appear behind gated areas. And I think that's really nice. It allows you to still have that experience and take pictures of the characters. And it can be really fun. But yeah, I do miss being able to talk to Chewbacca and stuff. Oh, Christina says my hair's gotten so long, it grows really fast. I just had it cut about a month and a half ago, just to the tops of my shoulders, and yeah, it's already past my shoulders. My hair can grow up to 2 inches a month, especially in the summertime. I can cut my fingernails on Sunday, and by Wednesday they're so long they need to be cut again. It's just a thing I have, you know. But he said it was only a year ago we were at Batu with you, Pammie. I know. I was tempted to go into Oga's Cantina and try to reminisce, but I know it's so empty in there. It would feel kind of sad because that place can be like actually very rockin' and very fun and very much a party atmosphere when it's full. And I know it's very empty right now, so it's not going to be as fun. I can tell you that at the Disney parks, I've had trouble finding places to get drinks because a lot of the drink stations, like this one here, are not operating. So you kind of have to hunt for them to find ones that are open. And that's what I'm going to do now. And if I can't find one that's open, I may just relent and go to one of the quick services and see if they can give me something to drink. It is incredibly important to constantly drink fluids throughout the day while you're at the parks. Even if it doesn't feel that hot to you, it is incredibly hot. Up ahead here on the right-hand side, you see where there's like the robot or the land speeder repair shop. And just above it is this balcony area. And Rey and Chewbacca come out on this balcony. And they have Disney cast members that come out and make sure everyone stays socially distanced from one another as they enjoy that character viewing. All right, here we are. I found a drink kiosk. I don't want to. Sorry about sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to get a drink. Hi, are you doing drinks here right now? Oh, you got drinks. Okay, great. May I have a water, please? You're right, my face. Great. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you buy a beverage from a kiosk that also sells souvenirs and t-shirts and stuff, you can use your annual pass holder discount. But this drink station sells only drinks. Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Now, the only water they have here, bottled water, is Dasani, which is a Coca-Cola product, and it's really not the best bottled water ever. It's kind of terrible, but you gotta stay hydrated. And actually, you know, the last time I went to a theme park was Magic Kingdom, like about 2 weeks ago, and near the end of the day, I actually started to overheat really badly. I started to feel nauseous. I realized I hadn't been sweating, and I knew something was up. And so I just stopped my day, went and sat someplace in the shade and drank a lot of fluids until I could feel better. Now up ahead here on the right hand side, you'll see that there are hand washing stations. These are the only two I have seen in this park anywhere, but that doesn't mean there's not plenty of them. And they do have a photographer taking pictures in front of these really cool backgrounds. I'm going around the corner here, and I'm going to park in a spot where I won't block anybody's seating and still be able to be socially distant, but also in the shade and out of the way. All right, so the other thing I had today was I did have a sit-down dining experience, and I did vlog it, so you will see a video for it. I went to Mama Melrose, the Italian restaurant here, which I'd never been to before. In fact, the only sit-down dining I've done in this park was at the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, and I love that. Mama Melrose is located right near Pizza Rizzo, which is a quick service pizza place that is truly awful. Do not spend your money there. All the food is awful. It's bad. So I was a little worried. I'm like, oh, they're located really close to each other. What if they share the same kitchen or the same facilities or the same staff? It could be really bad. But I enjoyed my meal. The only difficulty I had was getting a reservation. 7:53. I still have been to Hollywood Studios since Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge opened up. I have to get on that once. Yeah, you do have to get on that. It is really they're really fantastic lands to go to. So I couldn't get a dining reservation. I didn't understand why. I mean, I'm a party of one. It can't be hard to seat me. And then it dawned on me why I couldn't get seated. Couldn't get a table. So I went in and I tried for a table for two. Voila, there were reservations available. A table for three. Voila, reservations available. What I'm thinking is these sit-down restaurants have a limited number of tables open, and they would rather those tables go to larger parties. You know, more people at a table means more revenue. And that makes perfect sense. I totally understand that. So what I did is, after I got into the park and I managed to miss out on getting my morning reservation for Rise of the Resistance, I went straight to the restaurant and I said, hey, can I make a reservation for later this afternoon? And they were able to do it for me. Now, they do have QR codes on standing little placard things that you can scan to make a reservation, or that you can scan to check in for your reservation. But my Android phone was not cooperating, so they had to do it all by hand for me, but they were happy to do it, and it was really great. Let's see. I'm going to answer some questions here or anything. Yeah, Karen liked Mama Melrose too, and she's really particular about her food as well. Like, I'm picky about Italian food because I grew up in an Italian American family, and I cook pretty good Italian food, as does everyone in my family. So, you know, I tend to be a little picky. Christina says, looks like navigating the ECV is much easier with the crowds being less. Yeah, I can tell you too. I have also been to Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. The cleaning and the social distancing and being in lines and everything is much better here. Anytime they have a character come out or anything that, you know, sort of entertainment that's at a distance and they have people standing around to watch it, there are cast members that come out whose only job is to hold signs and tell people to stay socially distant, tell them to keep their mask on, all that good stuff. So yeah, they do a much better job than Universal. Sorry, Universal, I love you, but like Disney's kicking it out of the park. I feel much safer here than I do at Universal. It's, you know, I really do. I mean, you know, I'm enjoying my day, but I always have, like I said in my last live stream, in the back of my mind, really at the front of my mind, the reason why the crowds are so low, the reason why it's easier to do a lot of rides in a short period of time. That's because of what's going on in the world. If I name the situation that's going on, I could have my video removed from the channel, so I can't say what it is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I think of all the lives that were lost, businesses that closed, people who lost their jobs. You know, it doesn't sit well with me. You know, I feel guilty being here. But I also know that being here and filming things is helping a lot of people and maybe hopefully brightening their day and giving them information that when they're ready to make their trip here, they'll have the information they need to have the best trip possible and make some memories that are going to last forever with their family and friends. So it feels good knowing that, and I do feel very grateful that I'm able to come here. I'm very grateful to the theme parks for all that they're doing to keep it as safe or even safer than locations in my own neighborhood. Actually safer than my own neighborhood. I really appreciate all that, and I'm thankful for all the cast members. But I do want to say something too. I want you guys, if you're coming here during this time, during this unprecedented time in our lifetime, make sure you are very kind and considerate to your theme park employees, whatever theme park you go to, and understand that every day that they come to work, they are risking their lives. They're risking their families' lives. And they're still here to do it. Many of them do it because they love it, and some of them do it because they love Disney, they love theme parks, they love helping people. And some of them do it because that's the job that they can get, you know? Whatever the reasons that they're here, it's all noble, it's all good. These are good people, hardworking people. Be kind, be patient with them, please. And if you're dining at a sit-down restaurant, please, 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 please do everything you can to leave a generous tip. I'm talking 25, 30, 35%. I know that might sound outrageous, but understand they have fewer tables that they're waiting on. So that means less income and tips for them, and they rely on those tips to live. So if you can, you need to really, if you can, and I really urge you to take that into consideration before you dine at a restaurant. Think about how much you're going to spend, and then try to figure out what your tip will be, 25, 30% or more, and put that into the cost of your spending. Because these folks, they rely on their tips to live, and they're just not getting them like they used to before, and that's something you can do to really contribute and help them. Karen is laughing at me because I called her picky. She's very picky. Don't even try to get out of that one, Karen. Cassie says, what type of magic band are you wearing? I'm wearing the, I guess it's the Gay Pride one, but it's a rainbow. I'm definitely very much for LGBT, trans, every type of sexual identity. I'm for it, you know. I'm here for people. I'm an ally for sure. So I like to show that even in small ways. Plus I love rainbows. Who doesn't love rainbows? But yeah, that's what it's for. I want to show my support. Elizabeth asks, do you find breathing with a surgical type mask like the kind you are wearing better than a cloth mask? Yes, I feel that The paper ones hang on to less moisture and actually dry out faster than a cloth mask. I wear a cloth mask and I completely sweat underneath the mask, and I'm not doing that today. I find them easier to breathe from, and I find them easier to adjust to make sure they go all the way underneath my chin. And I like the wires that are built into them because they're very, very pliable, and I mold them to my cheeks and right around my nose really tight, and I find I have very little fogging of my glasses with them. I love the masks, the Disney ones that everybody's making, but I find for myself, this is what works for me. Part of it is also that I have, I'm high functioning autistic, so I have a lot of sensitivity to, oh, that was a bee. There was a bee. I have a lot of sensitivity to fabrics and things like that, and I just find this to be very, very soft and very comfortable, much more so than fabric. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing. Wondering if you guys can hear that announcement. Thank you for your cooperation. So those announcements go up every 15-20 minutes. Christina says, how are you not having foggy glasses? It's these surgical masks with the built-in fine wire. You're welcome for answering. But yeah, this really does mold to my face. Are they the prettiest? Are they the cutest? No. But for me, they work the best. I'm 50. I'm going through menopause. I have hot flashes. When you're walking around and you're having a hot flash and you got a piece of fabric on your face, holy moly. For me, anyhow. I'm trying to pull up some more comments from you guys. There we go. Woo. So many things. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, we have Deborah watching from Michigan. I think I might have said that. Hello, Donna. Russell says hi, and nice red glasses. So yeah, I did recently purchase 3 new pair of glasses from Zini Optical, and I got these. I got a purple pair that's very much like the ones you've seen me in before, and I got a pair of green ones. I don't really like the green ones, so I'm going to return them, and I'm going to get another type of frame that has a nice wide, big reading glass, or whatever you want to call it, wider open frames, so I can see better, mow better. Hi, Ida from West Virginia. What else do we have? Marielle says, hi, Pammie, just think, oh, Mary, yes. Buddy said the same thing. Yes, we were together last year. I was thinking about that. Shasta, thank you for the compliment on the ears. I think I got most of those questions answered. Move on. Pearl says, do you have kids? Bring them to the parks. No, I do not have children, and I am never going to have children. I think kids are fantastic, and I love kids, other people's kids, my friends' kids, kids that go home to their own parents. Kids are fantastic, but I just never wanted to have any myself. I have noticed, Christina, an abundance of hand sanitizing stations. I've only seen 2 hand washing stations, but there are hand sanitizers throughout every ride queue, at the entrance and at the exit of every ride, often right before you get on the ride, and just after you get off a ride, there's hand sanitizers there for you. Hi, Jenny. Another one of our moderators has just logged in. I think, I also carry my own hand sanitizer. Let me show you what I like. If I can find it. Hopefully I didn't lose it. But I bought, where is it? Maybe I lost it. Oh, no, I didn't. Here it is. It really doesn't matter what brand it is, but if you can find one like this that has an atomizer, I don't know if you can see that. It's a very fine mist. It's great because every time I get on the scooter, I spray the whole thing down in case a cast member touched it or moved it, or somebody else touched it or moved it. And I just use this all the time, and it's really great I use it for my car too. When I get in my car, I try to spray my hands and my keys and everything before I get in my vehicle and spray my backpack down. But once I get in the car, I also spray the steering wheel and all that good stuff. Whoops, sorry about that. Donna says, it's okay, I don't have children either, but I consider me a big kid at heart. Yeah, I am a big kid at heart too. I agree with you, and I think that's just fine. Dina Scott, hello from Kentucky. Thank you for joining us. You guys are amazing for joining me on a whim like this. Hi, Candace. Main Street Moment, so good to see you. Yeah, and Christina agrees. She loves the spray sanitizers. I gotta tell you, it's like, they're fantastic. You can spray them all over everything in the restroom when you go in there. You can, you know, in your day-to-day, spray it on your doorknob before you come in your house. I have more of these at home, and when I get groceries delivered, I spray them all down before I take them in the house. Oh, that kind of reminds me. So when I visit a theme park, I make sure that the first theme park I went back to was Universal, and I had 2 weeks of total lockdown in my home, only going outside a few times to take out trash to the dumpster, and I wore a mask and I didn't encounter anyone, so that when I went to the parks I knew I was completely free of anything contagious. And then after I visit a park, I quarantine for 10 to 14 days in the same manner, so that I know when I'm coming here I'm not bringing anything in, and it gives me time to see if I picked anything up. And I think that's important. I know not everyone can afford to fly into Florida and then sit around in a hotel room for 2 weeks and then go home and sit at home for 2 more weeks. But, you know, I have that ability to do it because I work from home. So I do try to, like, think of that. Oh, Brian. Hey, Pammie, you look great. Did you get a group for Rise of the Resistance? And if so, how was that process? So yeah, I did talk about this a little earlier in the video, but I'm happy to reiterate. I did manage getting a boarding pass, but not at 10 a.m. because I made some mistakes. Like, I was using the Walt Disney World Wi-Fi, and I really wasn't on the right screen and making enough refreshes to the screen in order to get through and get the pass. And I'm going to tell you this, the passes go literally within 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. So yeah, they have 2 times a day where they release the passes. The first time's at 10 a.m. and the second time's at 2 p.m. And I managed to get one during the 2 p.m. And to help to ensure that I got that 2 p.m. pass, I went to one of the guest services umbrellas and just parked over there. They let me do it. And they stood nearby because there wasn't anybody else waiting in line to make sure that I managed to secure my passes, and they'd give me a hand if I had any difficulty. I really think that's your best bet. And the people that work there, the cast members manning those kiosks, they're experts who follow their advice. I think it's the best thing to do. Let's see. Just Dory says, this is the first time I caught you live, so hello from Jersey. Hello, Jersey. Got a Jersey girl in the house. And Main Street Moments, I think you're saying you just ordered some of the atomizer, the spray hand sanitizer. It's great. It's not just for hand. You can use it on anything. Christine Davis says, just tuned in. Great to see you. Great to see you, Christina. Or Christine, sorry. Isabel asked, do you feel you're missing out with all the things that are not offered at the moment? Not really, because a lot of the stuff that's closed are shops. And, you know, because I come to the park so often, I don't really shop a lot in the shops, so it doesn't bother me. But I think some people would feel bad about that. I don't really do many of the character meet and greets when I'm here because I'm here for you guys. I'm here filming, and I don't often take time for myself to enjoy anything. I did today. I took some time to enjoy some rides that I had already covered and filmed for you guys, just to like see what it was like and have fun. It was really nice to put the camera down and have a good time. But I did take some B-roll that I can use for future videos. I'm going to take some B-roll on this ride too. And I did a food review. So I've got some stuff that I did today, but it was really nice. The stuff that is cut, like the meet and greets and the shops, are not things that I really indulge in anyhow. Main Street Moment says, are you high risk? Well, I actually went to see my doctor before I started going to theme parks. Had him evaluate my health, and we talked about it because I do have very low-grade asthma. And I have an inhaler that I use maybe once or twice a month, very infrequently. and I have high blood pressure, and I have a very large number for my weight. But after his assessments of my health and my heart health and all of the other things, and how I have my blood pressure very well controlled by medication, he said, you know, I've been depressed. I've been struggling with depression and anxiety. I love to walk outdoors. My neighborhood really isn't safe for that anymore because nobody's wearing masks walking around my neighborhood or in public parks. So I've been really keeping myself sequestered indoors. And it's had an impact on my weight. It's had an impact on my level of anxiety and my happiness. And he's like, you got to do something to get some joy in your life. And I know you love doing this. So you could be at a higher risk to sit around in your house and keep letting your health deteriorate by being indoors. And since I started doing the theme parks and being very careful and cautious about being here, my weight has dropped significantly, and my blood pressure is getting more and more under control. So, and I'm a lot happier. You know, being able to do something to help others is a big deal for me. So, am I high risk? I could be considered, but really not so bad. Let's see. Eloise says, hello, I'm loving those glasses. Well, Eloise, I don't know if this is available to you in the UK, but these glasses came from Zini Optical. I am not sponsored by them. In fact, every time I ask to be an affiliate of theirs, they turn me down. They say, no, we don't want you. But I love the company. I've been using them for 6 years. The glasses are fantastic. The frames are really inexpensive. These were $6, these frames. I think I paid about $50 for these glasses. Now the lenses are progressive lenses with 3 different focal lengths in them. They also have a number of different special coatings, including a blue blocker coating, which eliminates like blue screen stuff from your cell phone and computer. Paying $50 for a pair of glasses like that with shipping and handling and taxes, man, you cannot beat that deal. I also got, I don't know, well, it's packed away right now, but I also got little clip-ons that I can slide onto the front of my glasses that turn them into sunglasses. And you may think, well, that's not very fashionable. But, why don't you just get transition lenses? They do sell those at Zini Optical, but when you get in your car, the windshield has a lot of UV protection in it, and so your transition lenses will not transition to sunglasses when you get in your car. And that's when I most need the sunglasses, is when I'm driving. So it doesn't make sense to get the transitions because they don't transition when I need them. And I find the clip-ons are so much better. Ooh, something else you should know. Many of the styles of glasses at Zini Optical, they also sell clip-ons for 3D glasses. So I have a pair of those, and I tried them on Midway Mania, and it was fantastic. I didn't have to use the theme park provided 3D glasses. I could just slide my own on that fit my eyeglasses, and it was really fantastic. I was still wearing them when I got off the ride, and I'm like, why does everything look weird? Oh, I have these glasses on. Let's see. What else we have here? Mainstream Moment says, do you feel the Disney hotels are safe? I cannot evaluate that. I have not stayed at the Disney hotels during this time period. So I don't have a good answer for you. And I don't want to speculate if I haven't seen it firsthand. Jason says, finally convinced my wife to try the restaurant in Morocco. Oh, I love that one. At Epcot because of the video you and your... yeah, you know what? I love the Moroccan, the Marrakesh, I think it's Restaurant Marrakesh, the big sit-down dining one. And then the smaller one, Spice Road Table. Man, do I love that because it's small plates. And, a lot of times when I'm walking around theme parks, I do not want to eat a heavy meal. Ida King says, my glasses would be a foggy mess by now. And again, I'll share with you, I find these much more breathable. And the thin wire, I can literally shape it to my nose and shape it to my cheek, and less air escapes out of it. The air kind of goes out the sides a little bit, and it's just enough to keep my glasses from fogging up, so I just prefer the paper ones. Kay asks, where do you get your spray sanitizer? I bought mine at CVS, and I think I've seen it at a Walgreens as well. Jenny says she's glad I got a pass for Rise of the Resistance. I'm really excited about it too. Do you like the cavalcades? Oh, is that the little mini parades that go around the theme parks? I don't know what the cavalcades are, but I do like those. I've only seen them in Magic Kingdom. Brian says, thank you for being an ally, by the way. We love you right back. Man, I love you guys. I love human beings. I love people, most people. There's some doozies out there, but, you know, there's a lot of good people out there, and we were put on this earth to help each other, to survive together, to struggle together, and to love each other. We're not put here to do terrible things to each other and point fingers at each other and say horrible things to one another. You know, I'm a heterosexual, cisgendered woman. I don't know what that's like, but I have been a plus size, or I call myself fat person, for my entire adult life, and I know what that's like to be judged and have somebody give you a look or say something to you that knows nothing about you or your life, and they place a judgment on you. And I've had, you know, I know it's affected my jobs in the past. People make assumptions about me being lazy or not very intelligent, or someone doesn't have any willpower or ability to control themselves, and it's absolutely untrue. But, you know, people make these judgments, and I know what that's like, so I can only imagine what it is like for other people who have other things going on in their lives, whether it's physical challenges or dealing with race relations or their sexuality or their gender. I can't, I mean, I say I can only imagine, but I can't even do that. I really don't know, but I know what it's like, what it's been like for me. And, you know, to be honest, I'm a fat person, and there's things I could do that maybe aren't good for me, but I could do them and I could lose the weight and people would treat me differently. But, you know, you can't change your sexuality. You can't change what you are inside. You can't change your race. So that's a whole nother level. I just think we need to be good to each other. Belle says, yay, a lovely live stream. Just in time for bed. Lots of love from the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you. Dory says, I totally get it. You need to get outside for your sanity. I do. I love being outdoors. And she loves the 3D clip-ons. They're fantastic. Where did you get the 3D clip-on? I got them from Zini Optical. That's where I get the glasses from. And again, I'm not endorsed by them. I'm not affiliated to them. I don't get any money from them. I love the company. I love the service that I got. I got these glasses in 10 days in the mail from the day that I ordered them. Super fast. They are manufactured in China, but they are quality checked in California. And I think the frames are made in China, but the lenses and other stuff and the assembly happens in California. And they're wonderful. Carolyn says, hi from Michigan. We'll be there next August with my 4 granddaughters. How lovely. Jenny says, wow, I never heard of 3D clip-ons. Right now, that sounds so much better than using the park ones, even though I know they get clean. Yeah, it's true. I just feel a little safer using them. Laura, you're wonderful. Thank you for the compliment. Kay says, I miss seeing your face, but your eyes are very expressive. You know what's funny too? I personally think that having a bigger lens area and a more open glass actually kind of lets my eyes be a little more showcased and there's less shadow on them. However, because I do have the blue blocker coating tint on this, there's a slight tint to it, and it does make my eyes look a little darker sometimes, but it's still great. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I've been chatting for 39 minutes, and I think I might have my boarding pass maybe coming up soon. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I hope that I offered some information that will help you make the most of your trip here whenever you come. And I hope that you have a fantastic, magical day. And remember, life is a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride. Bye, everyone.